Hey guys, Ruby the Realtor here. How are y'all doing today? So guess what? I have a treat for y'all today. Today I'm here with Erik Maya with Cherry Creek Mortgage, and he's going to answer all those probing questions that I keep hearing from you guys. And I want him to answer those questions professionally. He has great experience, and I'm going to let him introduce himself now.
Yes, and like Ruby said, well, first of all, thank you so much, Ruby, for being here, for doing this video with me too, as well. I'm honored. I know that you're very busy. You're helping a lot of families out there, so thank you so much for doing this for the community. And my name is Erik Maya. I've been in the mortgage business for 20 years, and I'm excited to share with you guys what's happening in the market right now.
Okay, so let's jump right into those questions.
Let's do it.
So first of all, the big question on everyone's mind is, Erik, do you anticipate interest rates continuing to rise? Because I keep hearing that a lot of people are saying, you know, they've been fluctuating everywhere. So what do you see from your stance? Do you see that they're going to keep rising, or? That's a great question. That's the million-dollar question. That's a question that I get asked every single day by buyers and people that are looking to buy, sell, or refinance. And the truth of the matter is that rates went up after COVID, and they were just low for a couple of years while the pandemic was going on. So a lot of times people think that they're going to go back out there. I've been doing it for 20 years, and I don't see that happening because it was a one-time thing due to the pandemic. They went up, and they've actually gone down over the last couple of weeks. So right now is a great opportunity for people to get back into the marketplace. But I don't expect them to go up much higher. I expect them to stay about where they're at right now. Okay, good. Well, that's good to know, guys. Another big question that we have on the buyer's mind is it still a good time to buy? Yes. The second million-dollar question is, hey, is this still a great time to buy? And I say yes because if we look at the last 30 years, the average 30-year rate, Ruby, is a 7.5. About a 7.5. So if we're talking about 5s and 6s, we're still historically low. And keep in mind that people can always refinance if they come back down. However, you can't lock in a price for the future, right? If you go out and buy now, you can lock in that sales price and you can always refinance at a later time. But if you wait a year or 2 years or longer, that price is just going to continue to go up. So yes, it's still a great time to buy. Good, good. And another question we have from our audience is down payment assistance. We've heard of it. Are they still available? Yes, down payment assistance. I know it did go away for a little while during the pandemic, and also some of the down payment assistance programs that were out there started becoming a little harder to get during that time frame. But they're still here, they're available, and what we do is we get clients pre-approved, get them qualified, and then we show them all the options. But yes, they are still available, so don't let that stop you from buying a home. And tell me this, Erik, what's the big difference between pre-qual and pre-approval? Because my clients get confused with that. They think sometimes I'm pre-qualified, does that mean I'm good to go? What's the big difference between those two? The biggest difference, that's a great question, because as a buyer or a seller or a real estate agent, you want to know that, hey, the buyer is pre-approved, because a lot of times they go online and they fill out an app that takes 2 minutes and they get a letter and they think that they're pre-approved, but if it takes you 2 minutes, it's not a pre-approval, it's a pre-qualification. So what that means is that the lender hasn't reviewed all your documentation yet, they haven't submitted you to underwriting, so it's not a guaranteed offer or letter that you're actually going to close on the home. So make sure that you're working with the local lender that goes through the steps of getting you pre-approved to make sure that you close and that it happens on time. Hey, now it's my turn to ask you a few questions, Ruby. My number one question, the big question that I'm getting right now, is this still a good time to sell? It is still a good time to sell, and I'll tell you why. The demand is still there. People are still buying, and houses, you know, that's the thing that everybody needs. They need a house. Mm-hmm. You know, you can put everything, you know, clothes, everything else, you can do it later, but a house, they're always going to be there. So whether you're going to be renting or buying, people are going to sell, and these houses are going to sell, and we still have a lot of people coming in. Influx is coming to Houston, especially, fourth largest city in the state, in the country. So yes, it's still a great time to sell. Still a seller's market. Prices are staying strong. We're still seeing houses selling, you know, over asking price, multiple bid offer situations. The houses are not selling for crazy amounts anymore, so it's still a good time to buy as well. But yes, it is still a good time to sell. So it's a perfect storm, right? Because interest rates have come down a little bit. There's not as much competition. Right? And people still need a place to live, right? And think about it. If you're renting, you're paying 100% rent.
Would you rather do that or own your own home, own your own piece of the American pie, own some land? Also, the next question for you is, what should a buyer or a seller look for whenever they're working with a realtor?
So you want to find a realtor who's dependable and is reliable, someone that's there whenever you need them. You don't want somebody that just goes out and puts a sign out or gets you excited and sends you pre-listing alerts. You want someone who's actually communicating with you, working with you, understanding your needs, and then setting you up to win, to find your house. The thing that distinguishes me as a realtor is that I have a great team on my side, because like I tell everybody, it doesn't just take the realtor and the buyer to close a deal. It takes the realtor on the other side, the buyer, the lender, the title company. It takes a team. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child.
I've heard that before.
It takes a village to close a deal in real estate. So.
Yeah. And last but not least, what makes you different? What sets you apart from all the other realtors out there? Communication,
guys. I communicate and I let you know everything that's going on throughout the transaction. So you can count on me from the beginning to the end, cradle to grave, like they say in oil and gas, cradle to grave. That's what I do. Handhold you through the whole process. So pick me as your realtor, Ruby the Realtor.
Pick Ruby, give us a call. We're here to help. Have a great one.